If you want to let go of past pain, transcend your traumas, expand your consciousness, and reclaim your power to finally be the main character of your own conscious reality, as well as learning about conscious living, you're at the right place. Welcome to Conscious Matters. It's a safe space where we chat about conscious matters, focus on self-empowerment, awareness, holistic wellness, and sustainability. Join me, Melissa D.Barry, for inspiring conversations with myself and some of the most beautiful souls out there. We expand on our experiences and share what we've learned along our healing journey to live in peace, harmony, and mindfulness on a daily basis. Oh, and share with loved ones, and don't forget to take 5 little seconds to review this podcast by just leaving a few stars and kind words. That would really help with the algorithm, so we can spread the message to help more people live consciously. Get your mind, body, and soul ready for a ride in consciousness. Namaste, listeners. Hey, y'all. Hi, everyone. I always feel like it's been such a long time, like it's been a while, but I guess 4 weeks is a long time. So maybe I should move from monthly podcast to bi-monthly. I don't know. Let me know if you'd like that. So we're trying out a new format today. As some of you know, I expanded Conscious Matters to YouTube. Yes, I did it. I did it. I'm starting my journey over there. It's exciting, but I'm still experimenting, delivering talks, chit chats, still centered around empowering ourselves through holistic wellness, especially mindfulness. I'll be so happy for you guys to explore with me, supporting my mission of raising the collective consciousness by subscribing and sharing the content that I already have there and that I will keep on putting every single week, hopefully, fingers crossed. In any case, I'll still be loyal to you. Not to worry by doing my monthly podcast here, but today here's a sneak peek of Conscious Matters YouTube channel where I sat down to talk about the comparison plague that touches us or has touched every single one of us. How we keep on comparing in our society with one another, competing, putting ourselves down, jealousy, envy, so on and so forth. So many things to say. So listen up to this jam. Comparison is the thief of all joy. That's what they say, right? Yet we live in a society where we are compared to each other or compare even ourselves to each other literally all the time. And that's what I'm going to talk about here today, the comparison plague. There's many things to say. I'll try to do a condensed version of it. A few words about comparison. I mean, we all know what it is. It's the first time in whole history of humanity that we have such an easy access to other people's lives and achievements and accomplishments thanks to internet and social media. I mean, internet and social media are not the bad guys. It's our use of it that can be either a good thing or a detrimental thing. We all compare. I think it's in human nature. So there's no shame, I guess, into that. Living in communities, we all look left and right at each other and say, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then it can be inspirational, it can be uplifting, it can be great, but generally that's not how we use it. We tend to use it as a scale to measure our self-worth. And that's when it becomes detrimental. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on that detrimental part, how we use comparison, which could have been uplifting and empowering in a way that is actually doing the contrary and even destroying some people's self-esteem. So let's start with a reminder, I guess, that what we see or what people are showing most of the time, I'm not going to make a huge generalization, but most of the time it's an illusion, and that creates this confusion in our mind in thinking this is the reality and our reality doesn't match that. So if it doesn't match that, then we're behind, or we're not good enough, or we're not doing enough. And I say illusion because a lot of people are actually playing a part. I mean, we kind of all do in a way, because we all have this public persona, the way we act at work or in professional settings is most definitely not the same way that you will act with your parents or your siblings or your friends, or even when you're by yourself. Obviously, we multidimensional, so we will like adapt to our environment and to the people that are in front of us. However, some people like push it to a certain extreme and live in a world of make-believe. And we have to be very aware of that, especially with our constant use of social media and the internet generally, when we go on any website, on blogs, etc. Because I think it's important to adjust our lens with what is actually there, what is actually the truth, and not being blinded by a veil and believing something that is not even real. Let's backtrack a little bit. What I meant with people playing a part is like, and people like pushing this public persona to a certain extreme, is that they lose the authenticity. And in our capitalist society, we kind of change the set of priorities and values in a way that materialism is at the very top. Wanting to be accepted and connected, the default setting in our brain is that we need to fit in. So to fit in this society, this capitalist society, it's all about showing off and living in a life that is all smoke and mirrors. Let's take an example. Like, people want to appear rich, want to appear that they have a certain lifestyle that allow them to live grand, living lavish, etc. There's nothing wrong with that, living lavish and being rich. But when you're not, and you actually presenting yourself as that, but you buying like fake brands because you want to portray this image of luxury, you are actually putting yourself in debt, taking loans after loans to be able to pay for things that you cannot even afford. Or when people want to portray the image of having the perfect relationship, when in reality or in truth, behind closed doors, both of them are extremely miserable. Or one of them is selling the soul to get the material comfort of the other, or just to not be labeled as single and to have this Disney image of being like the perfect couple and living happily ever after, and being in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. Doesn't matter. Like, we all to a certain extent buy into in that common misconception of keeping up with the appearances. And once again, smoke and mirrors, like celebrities with plastic surgery, this Instagram life where everything is so perfect, filters on social media, we don't even look like ourselves anymore. Just like to joke around, I tried like few filters and some were like out of this world. I was like, who is on my screen right now? This is not me. But that was hilarious, like to play with it, but like to constantly appear like that and even forgetting what your face looked like on the internet, we will take them as kind of beauty standard, like we're supposed to look like that, but they don't even look like that. They added things to look like that or took out things to look like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you do what you need to do to make yourself feel good, but what I'm trying to say here is that we need to adjust our lens to what is actually real. If we want to compare ourselves, let's remind ourselves that some things are either unattainable because they are not, they are curated through different means. And if we think that we can achieve that just us by ourselves, it's not going to be possible, and we're always going to be disappointed and put ourselves down like that. So it's important to be like fully aware and in acceptance in a way that in this context, when comparing, the scales are not balanced at all. We're comparing to something that is manufactured and not real. And if it's too good to be true, it might be that because it's not true. The illusion is uncanny. The illusion is like out of this world. And there's a lot behind the scene that we actually don't see. For example, what you see here might be nice. I mean, it depends of your taste, but at least it's like clean. You don't know if the rest of the room is a total mess or if it matches here, right? So we show what we want to show, and we show most of the time what people want to see. So maybe we should adjust what we want to see too. A lot of us want to have the reward without doing the work. Manifesting abundance without doing that deep, long, tiring, but necessary inner work. Understanding and accepting the shadow self, learning and growing and evolving from the work to release the traumas, the fears, and self-imposed limitations. Like, this is not sexy. This is not necessarily enjoyable. So I understand why people don't want to do it, but it's so necessary. Like, you cannot just want the surface and not the whole thing. I think we lack substance sometimes. We lack substance. We just want to have the what's on top of the cake and not actually digging in. And even without all of that, let's put aside the people who are pushing the public persona a little bit too much. Let's take regular people, you and I, and comparing each other to one another. Even that, we don't see the whole picture. We really don't. Because even people who are not part of the fame game, everybody has their own stories. Everybody has their own fears, has their own trauma, hurdles, pains, privileges, and shortcomings. And I'm saying privileges because it doesn't need to be something grandiose. We all have privileges. Maybe you have more than someone else, but we all have at least one privilege compared to one another. And even if you think you know the person, you don't know the full version, the full gamut of the person. You don't know the full story. You don't know all of their past experiences. You don't know what's in their mind. You don't know. We don't know. So we cannot compare realistically. We cannot. We have to emphasize on self-confidence. Like, the more we'll be confident with our own selves, our own gifts, our own personality, our own essence, with everything that we can bring to the table, truly knowing who we are and being, when I say that, like, knowing who we are, of course, all of the good stuff, but also all of the bad stuff, like all of the shortcomings of the different facets of you. Because it's not all light and love, but it's also not all dark and sad. It's a combination of both. It's the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. We're supposed to be complete. We're not supposed to wait for someone or something, or maybe a job, a partner, friends, etc. to fill our cup. It's about filling our own cup with the good, bad, and ugly, but also the pretty and the fun and everything that is also enjoyable. So being aware of it, being an acceptance of it, trying to better what you can better and accept the rest. There's always room for improvement, but it's important also to accept what is right now and work from there. Build our confidence and living intentionally. And that's the other thing, because when you live intentionally and you don't do things just for the sake of doing them, like I was saying at the beginning, when you know yourself, you know what drives you, you know what inspires you, you know what will bring you joy, will bring you fulfillment, you won't waste your time doing the other things, right? Oh, it's just me. No, it's not just me. So living intentionally is so important, like to be grounded and to have like this, having a destination, like even though it's not very clear, you still need to kind of follow a path that feels aligned with your soul, something that feels true to you. But for that, it's so important to let go of outdated thinking and also the illusion that is projected onto us. Once again, doing everything with intention, not just for the sake of doing it. Be loyal to your heart, do the work. Patience is a virtue, and that is not only a saying, it is true. It is true. Try it and test it. Honestly, do the work. It might take longer. It might require much more effort and sacrifice. It might get on your nerves. It might not be happy all the time. It might not be satisfactory right away compared to the road of facade and keeping up with the appearances, but going on that route of being loyal to your heart, of doing the work, of being patient, of putting the effort, the time, the sweat, the tears, will only bring you lasting results. But it's okay, because you're not going for make-believe. You're going for what is true, what is raw, what is authentic. So my advice for you, for me, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold your vision. Take breaks when it's too much. Breathe. Recalibrate, recenter, adjust along the way. It's not going to be perfect. Actually, I've heard something today which was like, wow, incredible, even though it was very simple, but it's incredible. As a recovering perfectionist, the woman said, we value progress over perfection. I was like, oh. So keep progressing. That's what matters. You want to do it right. Build a strong foundation, and not a foundation built on sand. Building long-lasting change instead of something that you can easily scratch the surface of. Quality work brings quality outcomes. It's just like when you make yourself some food. If you go by not quality ingredients compared to quality ingredients, trust me, the way that it's going to feel, is going to taste, is going to be hugely different. Even for your body, it's going to be much more nourishing, bring you more strength, much more energy when it's quality ingredient versus the not quality one. And that's what you want to bring into your life. You want to bring quality actions, quality thinking, quality inspiration, quality everything, so you can live a life of high quality. So put in the efforts so you can live a life of high quality. And all of that comes down to you surrendering. Come as you are, be aware and acknowledge your own brilliance with humility. Stay real, authentic, and raw. Just remember to not compare yourself. Is not necessary. There's only one of you. You're unique and special in your own way. But we're all humans, so we might go back to comparing from time to time. But compare with yourself. Compare with your past self. Who were you yesterday? Who were you a month ago? Who were you a year ago, 5 years ago? Are you at a better place right now? Do you have a better thinking pattern? Are your relationships improved compared to what they were before? Compare to yourself, compare to your past self, your own competition. And if you really have to compare to others, use them as inspiration. Use them as a motivator for you to level up, to improve yourself. Because as I said before, and I'll always say to myself even, there's always room for improvement. But use other people not to put yourself down, not to make yourself doubt your capabilities and your abilities, but to really give you that boost and saying okay, she's doing that or he's doing that. They're not better than me, they're not worse than me, so maybe I can do it too. And then you try it and you put your own zest and voila. So look at others for inspiration on your own journey, not to become them, because you cannot be someone else. You, and that's enough. That's all it's been asked of you, just to be you. Step into what's good for you. Don't mind left and right. Just, you have your own path. You have your own path, you have your own journey. You will have your own experiences. So let go of the illusion. Focus on you, on what you can bring, how you can better your life, and as a ripple effect, improve other people's life around you. And for them to look at you and find also inspiration so they can implement whatever you implemented to live the life that you're living right now in their own life, and so they can also level up. And just remember that whatever you dream, you can do. If it was in your subconscious, in your imagination, it means that you're capable. It was given to you for a reason. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and share in the comments down below if you ever find yourself comparing to other people and what it does to your self-esteem, so we can inspire each other and reflect together. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel to keep on spreading the word about conscious living through holistic wellness. Stay true, keep showing up for yourself, and as always, let your soul lead the way. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. You know who made it. Thank you to have taken the time to listen to me talking about conscious living. Conscious Matters is a self-produced podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please share, leave a review, and or donate. Your support will help to keep on raising the collective consciousness together. Take care and talk to you soon.